The Syrian people revolted against their executioner, their criminal dictator, and the first terrorist, Bashar al-Assad, just as people before them revolted for freedom, democracy, justice, and fair elections. Assad has committed crimes against humanity by killing and torturing innocent, defenseless Syrians, oppress them by the most horrific criminal means. We thank our fellow Americans for standing with us this Friday in front of United Nations building, objecting, giving a seat for a regime, terrorist regime at the UN to speak and to be heard. The seat should be honored and should be have given already to true representative for a Syrian, a free Syrian. It's a shame on our international community not having done so. It's time for now to remove the regime representative at the UN out of the UN. This regime has threatened the international community by supporting terrorism. His allies, Hezbollah and Iranian terrorist regime, are the main supporters. Putin has used his airplane, air forces to support also the terrorist regime of Assad. Now, the failure of the international community in stopping Putin from supporting Assad has encouraged him to attack Ukraine. It's our duty to fight against regimes that oppress their people, oppress them for freedom and democracy. Thank you again for all Americans to come with us, standing with us against injustice, crime, tyranny, and dictatorship and terrorism of Nazi regime of Bashar Assad in Syria. We demand with the free Syrians on the ground now the freedom, democracy, and bringing the Bashar Assad regime to justice. We stand with them in promoting the principles of human rights in Syria and the world. This one cause, one struggle against dictatorship and tyranny. We aim in our organization to promote human rights, freedom, democracy, and justice, and build countries that allies to a free world, United States of America. The more we help spread the freedom, democracy, human rights globally and help overthrow dictatorship and tyranny, the more we contribute to making America safe, strong, and imperishable for generations to come. Please support the people revolting against dictatorship, tyranny, and injustice for everlasting America, its future, prosperity, peace, security, stability, and its generation. My fellow Americans, stand with the freedom and the free people. Support your fellows in the freedom, democracy, and justice. Support America. هيلا معنا، آسف طولت شوي. عدنان غبيس يحب يلغي كلمة. شكرا لك يا رب. بالبداية بدنا نحيي أبطال سويدا وأبطال ساحة الكرامة اللي رفعوا لنا راسنا. نحن قلوبنا وعقولنا معكم. ثانيا نترجى ونطلب من كل الشباب السوريين الأحرار بكل المحافظات إنه ينزلوا على الساحات ويعملوا مثل ما عملوا بالسويدا. حاجز الخوف انكسر. نتمنى إنه تنزلوا جميعا على الساحات. ثالثا نطلب من المشايخ الكرام والخوارن المحترمين الأحرار إنه يحذو سماحة الشيخ أبو سلمان حكمة الهجري
ويشدوا على ايده ويعملوا مثله. نحن ناطرين منكم. ورسالتنا اليوم لرئيس الأمم المتحدة وللكونسل. Honorable United Nations Security General Mr. Guterres, Secretary Council, and distinguished government officials, we have convened today with profound respect and a deep commitment to express our peaceful dissent and denounce the alarming inflation rate, the exorbitant surge in basic food prices, and the rapidly deteriorating economic conditions in the nation of Syria. Our unified stance aligns with the peaceful protests that first emerged in our cherished city of Suwayda, subsequently resonating across the entirety of our homeland, including Dar'a, Ladkhiyya, Tartus, Deir el-Zor, Hasek, Raqqa, Homs, Halab, Sham. These ongoing peaceful demonstrations symbolize a fundamental quest for human dignity and pride, the ability to provide substance for their children and elderly, access to quality education for their offspring, and the receipt of adequate health care, all of which the current government has failed to furnish to its populace, relegating them to a grim fate. The United Nations Security Council is one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations and is charged with ensuring international peace and security. Despite the United Nations Security Council's adoption of Resolution 2254 on December 18, 2015, that's 8 years ago, 2015, which outlines a roadmap for a political transition in Syria, accompanied by a call for a political settlement, tangible progress towards the resolution's implementation has regrettably remained elusive. We place our trust in your swift response and earnestly anticipate that the United Nations Council will take judicious measures today to endorse these peaceful protests and safeguard the innocent citizens of Syria. May God bless you all and bless Syria. Thank you.
Thank you. Good speech.
My name is Pete Klosterman. I'm here. I'm a U.S. citizen, born and raised in the U.S. Longtime supporter of the anti-Saul uprising. Has been an inspiration for people around the world in the face of a truly brutal dictator, one of the worst dictators in the world. And we say this is continuing in Suwayda. The people of Suwayda are saying there's only one way forward for Syria. Syria is how it has to go.
الحراك السوري في سويدا الاخ حسان دبيسي اجا من ميشيغان وتعب حاله يعطيه العافيه. شكرا كثير لك. ومثل الحراك السوري في سويدا.
Mr. Antonio Guterres, the respected Secretary General of the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen from all countries around the world, and representatives of non-profit organizations and unions. The Syrians, including the people of Suwayda, understand there is no solution to the Syrian catastrophe except by actually implementing UN Resolution number 2254 of 2015, which called for the start of a transitional phase led by a national government, followed by the election of a constituent body representing all factions of the Syrian people. This body will be responsible for drafting a constitution for the country and conducting democratic elections. However, the political process for the 8th year has been stagnant due to the implementation of the supposed political solution. Mr. Secretary General, activating International Resolution 2254 will be the beginning of achieving the rights of citizenship, civil and political rights, and the exercise of political, intellectual, and religious freedoms rooted in secularism. It will also stop the arbitrary arrests carried by the Syrian security authorities and put an end to the ongoing displacement of Syrians from their homes and their history. Implementing Resolution 2254 of 2015, which calls for an immediate political transition led by a transitional government, is in the best interest of the Syrian, Arab neighboring countries, and the entire Middle East and beyond. This initiative will bring about peace, stability, prevent Syria from becoming a drug hub. It will put an end to jihadist and extremist movements that have exploited the Syrian and their revolution. It's crucial to highlight that the humanitarian concerns, such as the release of detainees, revealing the fate of forcibly disappeared individuals, and overturning unjust terrorism court decisions should not be subject to political negotiations. Today, as Syrians begin their peaceful revolution in Suwayda, they emphasize the urgent need for political and peaceful change. There is no room for delay or procrastination. This political change has been repeatedly hindered since Geneva number 1 of 2012 decision and 2254 of 2015 decision and successive Geneva negotiations. All of these indicate without doubt that the actual Syrian solution has not yet begun, and its catastrophic consequences continue to this day, with millions of refugees and internally displaced persons, ongoing youth migration, poverty levels exceeding 95% of the Syrians, and Syria being an unsafe country at the bottom of the Global Peace Index in terms of freedoms, education, health, and quality of life. Mr. Secretary General, Mr. Guterres, we bear the authority of the regime and the security apparatus, the responsibility of shedding Syrian blood since 2011 until this moment, and any bloody developments that may threaten the safety of peaceful protesters in Suwayda our message is direct to you, the Arab League, human rights organizations, and the relevant international gatherings, which must take their role in achieving the demands of the Syrian people. The recent uprising in Suwayda has exposed the regime's false claim of protecting minorities and revealed its crimes with conclusive evidence and its lack of intention to make any concessions for the benefits of the Syrians and their rightful demands. Thank you very much. Victory to Syria, victory to the people of Syria. And thank you, our people in Suwayda, for the uprising. We love you.
We're gonna try to distribute the flyers to our fellow Americans and speak with them about the Syrian matter and how the international community has agreed or was silent about having a representative from a regime at the UN seat. This seat, again, I emphasize, it should be taken out and given to a true representative of the Syrian, free Syrian people. It's a shame on the international community and UN to recognize giving a seat to a regime, terrorist regime, who are threatening their own people, regional countries, Europe and America, through his drug trading and manufacturing. We hope that we get listened to, and we hope that one day this seat is given to a true representative for a Syrian, free Syrian people. Thank everybody for joining us, and we hope we see you again other events. And again, we thank everybody who had put an effort in this event, organizing the event. We'll see you again in a different event, but hopefully very soon, inshallah.